You just began Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and in the first couple hours of the game, there are 40 quests to complete. This video is going to go over every single quest that you can obtain and complete by the time that you head to Colony 6. So keep that in mind, it's not every single quest that you can do in Colony 9. To keep things simple and organized, I'm going to be going over quests per map area. So there's the commercial, military, and residential districts. So I'll start with the commercial district, I'll do every single quest that you can do there, and then we're going to move on to the Gem Man area and continue going on to the other areas from then on out. In the video description you will find timestamps just in case if you want to complete a specific quest. I'm really not sure if there's a want for this type of guide. I'm not sure how well received it will be. I had initial plans to do quest guides for other areas in the game as well, so if you can, throw a comment so that I know that there's a want for other quest breakdown videos. We'll first start off here with the Biscuits for Grandson quest. You can get this from Marcia here, and she can be found at 10 a.m. After the conversation, what you want to do is you're going to go head over to Xeroc in the center of the residential district, and you can find him at 2200. Once you're done speaking with Xeroc, just go ahead and head back to Marcia to complete the quest. Just north of the Ether Light landmark, you can go ahead and speak to this Colony 9 resident to receive the Challenge 2 quest. The Verdant Bluchal, which you'll need to defeat in order to complete the quest, can be found over here on the Colony 9 beach. He's a little bit difficult in the very beginning, so just watch out for him. Just south of the Ether Lamp, you can go ahead and speak with this Colony 9 resident to get Collection Quest 1. He's going to ask you to collect 2 rabbit diodes, and these are going to be item orbs you can find in Colony 9, or you can trade with Moritz here that you can find in the southwest area of the residential district at 1000. North here of the Ether Lamp, you can speak with this Colony 9 resident in order to obtain Search Quest 3 that's going to ask you to find a key. You can find the key over here in the residential district. Just follow the route that I'm showing here. You'll need to change the clock to about 2000 for it to be nighttime here so that you can speak with this Colony 9 resident in order to obtain Material Quest 2. The small scale that he wants can be received by Colony Piranixes at the Colony 9 beach in the far southwest. For this next quest, you're going to need 1.5 affinity within Colony 9. And once you do so, you can speak with Giorgio to begin the Curry Conondrum quest. He's going to ask you for 5 dance apples, which are, again, item orbs that you can pick up in Colony 9. But because there's so many, what I like to do is trade with Liliana, and she can be located in front of Dunban's house at 1000. After getting the dance apples, just go ahead and speak with Giorgio again to complete the quest. An extension to the Curry Conundrum quest is the Overworked and Underpaid quest by, again, Giorgio, but this time you're going to need 2 affinity with Colony 9. There's a couple of routes that you can choose to do this with. You can speak to Giorgio, and if you do, you'll be asked to collect 3 fresh Armu milks. You can go ahead and get that by trading with Marcia. If you didn't want to go this route, you could go ahead and speak with Paola, which is Giorgio's daughter. However, I feel like this is a little bit easier and you get a better reward from it being an HP up 2 gem. Compared to if you went to Paola, you would be getting an Ether Defense up 2 gem. This next quest actually takes out 2 at one time, which are an Impoverished Ciritc and Financial Planning. As a prerequisite, you're going to need to speak with Sylvian first to register on the affinity chart, which is nice because she's right next to the quest giver, Leopold. You're going to find these two at around 2200 at night. From here, you're going to go ahead and speak with the King Squeeze, and he's going to be located actually over at the northwest area of the Gemman stall. So if you just go the route that I'm taking here, it should direct you to the King Squeeze. Again, he'll be here at around 2200. Once you talk with King Squeeze, a second quest will open up, and that will be Financial Planning. Now, again, there's going to be multiple routes here where you can either speak with Sylvian or Leopold. I would suggest speaking with Sylvian. It doesn't change the affinity chart very much, but it's a better reward. What you'll need to do is, after speaking with Sylvian, you'll jump off of the railing from the residential district, and you're going to go swim to this southwest corner here of where the central plaza is normally located. You'll pick up the top secret orders and then give them over to King Squeeze. We're now going to be moving to quests that you can find that are going to be near the Gemman stall. And first on the list will be the Colony 9 resident that you can speak with here in the north section. He's going to ask you to take out the Wallside Gwynry over at the Magmel Ruins in Tefra Cave. Just to the east of the Gemman stall, you'll see this sitting Colony 9 resident, and he's going to give you all of the quests for the Monster Quest 3 series, parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. For part 1, you're just going to go head up the Tefra Hill, where you're going to find hand bunnits that you can take out freely. For Monster Quest 3 Part 2, just head over to the Colony 9 beach where you're going to fight the beach Krabbles. For Part 3, once again back over at Tefra Hill, you're going to go ahead and find the wood bunnits. It's very likely that you're going to go ahead and clear Parts 3 and Part 1 at the same time. And for Part 4, you're going to go ahead and head on to the northwest area of that Colony 9 beach, kind of in the Anti-Air Battery 1 area. We'll take out these 3 light Skeeters that are found specifically during the day. Just east of the Gemman stall, there's this Colony 9 resident that you can find here at 1000. She's going to go ahead and give you the Material Quest 3. You'll need to collect 2 Vang teeth, which are dropped by little Vangs all around Colony 9. And I find that the best place to get this is the bottom portion of Outlook Park. There's this place that you can swim where you can go ahead and fight a ton of little Vangs during the day. Switching things to nighttime at about 2000, if you go to the very northwest corner from the Gemman stall, you can go ahead and speak with this Colony 9 resident in order to obtain Collection Quest 2. He'll ask for a plate snow, which is a pretty common item orb, but if you didn't find it, you can speak with Joel here to be able to trade for it in the residential district. Joel will be found at 2000, so keep that in mind. It needs to be nighttime to find him. At specifically 2000, you're going to find Desiree here north of the Gemman stall. She walks around quite a bit, so use this specific time to find her. This is going to go ahead and bring up the Broken Watch quest. As a prerequisite, you're going to need Shulk in the lead of the party. You're going to go ahead and take the Broken Watch to the Weapon Development Lab. Shulk will then go ahead and explain that you need to collect 3 blue chains, which are an item ore that you can typically find in Colony 9. And if you don't, you can go ahead and trade with Shura here in the commercial district at around 2000. After you've collected the blue chains that are necessary, just head back to the Weapon Development Lab, work on the watch, and once you've completed that, you just go ahead and speak with Desiree one more time, and that finishes up the quest. For this next quest, you're going to need to have Sonia registered, and she can be found in the commercial district near the weapon shop. After you've done so, you can speak with Rocco, who's west of the Gem Man's stall at about 1000. All you'll need to do is talk to Dean here in the military district, who is in the west alley here that you can see where I'm going to follow the route because it's a little bit difficult to find if you don't know where he is. After speaking with Dean, just go ahead and head back to the Gem Man stall and speak with Rocco again, and the quest will be all finished up. This next quest takes a little while to actually complete, and I don't have the footage for that quite yet. First and foremost, you're going to go ahead and change the time to 1000 and speak with Cheryl. She's going to give you the Mementos of a Lost Son quest. Now, to complete this quest, you're going to need to find 3 specific key items, and they're going to be in 3 different locations throughout your playthrough. One is going to be in Tephra Cave, that will be the Tatty Armor. The second will be the Twisted Gun, where you'll find on the Bionis leg. And lastly, you'll find the Nicked Knife at Satoral Marsh. The only one that I have available to me at this time is the Tatty Armor, which you can find at Tephra Cave's Villia Lake. What I'll do is I'll make another video specifically going over this quest, basically just a very short video, and I'll go ahead and put that in a pinned comment here down below. The final sequence of quests that we have at Gem Man's stall come in a little bit of a bunch. If you go down here a little southeast of the Gem Man stall in this alleyway at 2000, you can find Sesame that will give you the Plan Preparation quest. Now this is the first of the Plan quests. There's 3 in total, and for this one, Sesame is going to ask you to collect 2 croaking brog bags. You can get these from the Singing Brogs in Tephra Cave as a drop, or you can head over to the military district, the fortress entrance landmark, head north, and behind these crates at 2000 you'll find Nick just laying here, and you can trade with him to get the croaking brog bags. Once you've collected the items, just go back to Sesame and speak with him, then he'll request that you speak with an NPC named Betty. Skip travel over to the Tranquil Square at 1000 to speak with Betty. She'll go ahead and give you an item, and then you go back to speak with Sesame. And finally, after you've spoken with Sesame at this point, the quest is completed. There's a second quest here that Sesame will give, however, as a prerequisite you're going to have completed the last quest, the Plan Preparation, as well as have 2-star affinity within Colony 9. He's going to ask you to collect 2 iron Krabble shells. These are typically dropped by colony Krabbles over at Hazzai Cape, but if you didn't get those, you can go ahead and trade here with Mephi at the military district. Once you've done that, go ahead and speak with Sesame, then he'll go ahead and ask you to go talk with Kenny Rohan. You can go ahead to the Tranquil Square at 1000 and speak with Kenny Rohan. And after that, go speak with Sesame again to finish up the quest. Sesame's final quest that he'll give you will be called the Plan Execution. He'll only offer this quest to you if you have 3 affinity in Colony 9, and if you've already completed the last quest, which was the plan the night before. He's going to ask you to defeat the enemy, the Dark Morocmore, and you can find this Dark Morocmore on top of Anti-Air Battery 3. Now this enemy is going to be very challenging. He's already level 18, and I would suggest only completing this quest once you've gotten your third party member. After you've taken up the Dark Morocmore, you're going to go to the commercial district and check out the streetlights at the entrance. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and speak with Sesame to prevent his plans, whatever they may be, and you'll finish up the quest. We're going to head over now to the Central Plaza at 2000 in order to speak with this Colony 9 resident here at the southeast corner. He's going to give us the Search Quest 1 where he's asking to find his wedding ring. Head over to the main entrance and you'll see that behind Dunban's house, that's where you can go ahead and find the ring. Our next session that we've got to do quests in is the military district. So at 1000, around this area, you're going to find the Defense Force Soldier that's going to give you the Monster Quest 2 series, parts 1 through 3. For parts 1 and 2, you're going to go head over to the Colony 9 shore from the main entrance. Here you can take out the Lake Flammy, as well as the Baby Armu that are going to be here during the day specifically. As for the stone Krabbles in part 3, you're going to need to swim far to the east of Residential District, where you'll reach the Hazzai Cape. And here you're going to go ahead and fight the stone Krabbles. You want to be careful around this area and specifically come here during the day because there is a possibility for very high leveled enemies to be around here, so just keep an eye out for that. Heading into the Weapon Development Lab, you'll see this Nopon that's a Colony 9 resident. He will give you the Material Quest 1. You'll need to find 2 small scales which aren't too difficult to find. They're dropped by various Krabbles within Colony 9. In the northeast section here of the military district at 1000, you'll find a Defense Force Soldier that will give you the Challenge 1 quest. You'll need to defeat the evil Rangrod, and you'll be able to find it over in Tefra Hill while you're heading over to Tefra Cave. In 2200, in the south area of the military district, you can speak with this Defense Force Soldier. He'll request that you take out the Lake Magdalena, and you can find it underneath the Outlook Park little inlet where there's a swimming area. You'll need to jump off the Outlook Park to get there. At 2200, you're going to find this Defense Force Soldier that will give you the Monster Quest 1 series, parts 1, 2, and 3. For part 1, you're going to need to take out 2 ridge antles that are only found at night. They're found in various places in Colony 9, but I like to go to the northwest section of the Colony 9 shore. For Monster Quest 1 Part 2, you're going to need to take out the Cute Brog, which you can only fight at night. This is very close to the ridge antles, so it should be pretty easy. For Monster Quest 1 Part 3, you'll need to take out the Colony Krabbles, which can be found at Cliff Lake. Just fast travel to Outlook Park, jump off the ledge and swim southwest of the residential district. This next quest is an extension of Rocco's sincere request, and this one is called Dean's shady request. As a prerequisite, you're going to need to speak with Liliana, who's in front of Dunban's house at 1000. Once you speak with Dean, he will ask you to go ahead and speak with Sonia at Commercial District. And once you speak with Sonia, she's going to ask for you to collect 2 Shingekos. Now these are item orbs that you'll find in Tephra Cave. Once you've found them, go speak with Sonia again, and then once you've talked to her, go speak with Dean. Now from what I understand, you can't trade with any NPCs in order to get the Shingekos, so your best bet is just roaming around Tephra Cave and finding item orbs best you can. In the far north area of the military district, you'll run into Emmy Leader, and if you have 1 1/4 affinity with Colony 9 as a prerequisite, you will obtain the A Young Captain's Request quest. You'll need to find Miller, and he's located north of the Gemman stall. Once you're done speaking with him, just return to Emmy Leader, and that'll finish the quest up. Once you've gotten 1.5 affinity in Colony 9 and you've registered Raoul on the affinity chart, you can start the A Young Captain's Suffering quest. She'll ask you to take out 5 Windvangs, and you can find these most prominently in Tephra Cave's Spring of Grief. After you've taken out the Windvangs, just go ahead back to Emmy, and the quest is all finished up. In order to get Emmy's 3rd quest, you're going to need to have 2 affinity with Colony 9 and have already completed A Young Captain's Suffering. Emmy's going to ask you to head to Tephra Cave to battle either one of 2 enemies, and it's based off of your choice, whichever one you'd like to defeat. I personally go ahead and defeat the Lurker Brog, who is over at the Spring of Grief in Tephra Cave. After the Lurker Brog is taken out, just head back to Emmy, and the quest is all finished up. The next quest takes care of 2 in 1, called Romantic Notions of a Girl, and to start it, you're going to need to have Eric registered on the affinity chart. Thankfully, he's right next to Monica, which is the quest giver to begin with. You're also going to need to have 2 affinity with Colony 9, and then when you're ready, speak with Monica. She's going to ask you to find the Tephra drop, and that would be located in the Spring of Grief at Tephra Cave. Instead of getting the Tephra drop right away, if you go to the fortress entrance and speak with Andreas at 2000, there will be a new quest called Romantic Notions of a Boy. Just like Monica, he's asking for the Tephra drop. Now, from what I understand, if you give the Tephra drop to either Monica or Andreas, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't change the affinity in any sort of way. I personally enjoy giving the Tephra drop to Andreas just because I think that Monica shouldn't be with Eric, but it doesn't really matter. I just give it to Andreas. We're now ready to take on quests in the residential district, and the first one I'll go over is Collection Quest 4 here from this Colony 9 resident at 1000. She'll be asking for a giant hornet, which is an item orb you can pick up in Colony 9. These are very common to pick up, but if you need to trade, you can trade with Dean, who we've been showing off often in the military district. Heading down in the south to east area of the residential area, you'll speak with Dionysus, and he'll give you the key to a long life quest. To complete this quest, you're going to go ahead and collect 2 medicinal brog oils, and you'll be able to get these from the cute brogs on the Colony 9 shore. You can only fight these brogs at night, so keep that in mind. And if you don't want to go ahead and use the brogs for drops, you can trade with Betty at 1000, and she's located around the Tranquil Square landmark. In the southeast area of the residential district, there's this Nopon here labeled as a Colony 9 resident at 1000. He's looking for his blue glass bead for Search Quest 2, and if you go down to the very southeast area of the residential district, you'll just need to jump on a couple of barrels in order to get the red item orb. In the southwest area of the residential area, you can find Nira at 1000. That'll allow you to begin the Lonely Nira quest. And this one's very straightforward. You're just going to go ahead and speak with Lucas, who is in the southeast region. He's literally 15 steps away from Nira. And after you speak with Lucas, then you would go back and speak with Nira to finish up the quest. At 2000, just north of the Tranquil Square, you have this Colony 9 resident that'll give you the material quest 4. He'll be asking for a yolkless flammy egg, and you'll get this from the Lake Flammies on the Colony 9 shore. At 2000, in the southeast area of the residential district, you'll speak to this Colony 9 resident in order to obtain Search Quest 4. He's going to ask for you to find the spanner, which can be found in the northwest section of the Gemman stall in the upper area. At 1000, just southeast of the Tranquil Square landmark, you can speak to this NPC, the Colony 9 resident, and she's kind of under this little hut area, for Collection Quest 3. This is going to require you to grab 2 Rainbow Zirconias, and these are typically item orbs that you can find in Colony 9, but if you'd like, you can go ahead and trade with Dionysus over at the residential district. He can be found at 1000, kind of in the southeastern section of residential district. This next quest is going to require you to have Moritz registered on your affinity chart, and he can be found in the southwest area of the residential district at 1000. Once you do so, you can go ahead and speak with Susanna, who is quite literally just north of him, in order to start the quest Education-Minded Susanna. She's going to ask for 2 lots of black nectar, which are item orbs that you can find in Tephra Cave, but you can go ahead and just trade with Kenny Rohan here at 1000 near the Tranquil Square. Once you have the black nectar, just go ahead and speak with Susanna again to finish up the quest. The next quest that Susanna will give you is the Education Crazy Susanna. You're going to need 2.5 stars of affinity though with Colony 9. And this time she's going to go and ask you for 2 heavy Bunnit irons. And these are a fairly decent drop from the iron Bunnits that you'll fight in Tephra Cave. They're most commonly found in the Warehouse 2 section. After collecting the heavy bun of irons, just go ahead and speak with Susanna again, and that'll end the quest. This next quest is an extension of the Lonely Nira quest, and in order to actually obtain it, you're going to need 2 affinity with Colony 9. At 1000 here, you can speak with Lucas in the residential district in the far southwest corner. He'll ask you to retrieve Nira from Hazzai Cape, which is east of the residential district. After you've spoken with Nira, head back to Lucas and speak with him. Then he'll want you to speak with Moritz, and after you're done talking with Moritz, go back and speak with Lucas. After you've done that, the entire Pride and Courage quest is completed. At 1000, right near the Tranquil Square landmark, you can speak with Francois to obtain the Flattened Flowers quest. She's going to ask you to collect 5 Dawn Hydrangeas, which are item orbs that you would typically collect in Colony 9. However, you can trade with Cants that is found in the very far north section of the military district at 1000. After you've done that, just go ahead and return to Francois and the quest will be completed. This next quest is going to require you to have Paola registered on your affinity chart with Colony 9, and you can speak with her at around 1400 just east of the Gemman's stall. After you've done that, you can go ahead to the residential district all the way in the southwest, and you'll find Noreen, and she'll have the quest Paola and Noreen. Now, this quest is going to take a long time to finish up because what you're going to need to do is raise the affinity between your characters. Your first objective is to raise the affinity between Ryan and Shulk to the blue affinity, and then the second objective is that you'll need to raise their affinity, both Ryan and Shulk, to the pink affinity, which is the highest affinity that you can get. So this takes a lot of time. Additionally, you're going to need to have 2 female party members have an affinity of pink as well. So, seeing as how in the very beginning that you don't even have any female party members to begin with, well, it's going to take a while. So just keep that in mind, that this quest takes quite a while to actually finish up. So remember it, keep it in mind, and once you've actually completed everything, head back to Noreen and the quest will be completed. So that wraps it up for the quests that you can obtain in the residential district, and now we're just kind of cleaning house and getting the other random areas. And the first one I'll tackle here is Liliana's Sincere Request, and you can speak with Liliana at about 1000 in front of Dunban's house. She's going to ask you to swim all the way to Agora Shore, which is in the northeast region of Colony 9. And you gotta be really careful here because there's a lot of extremely strong enemies. And as a matter of fact, I wouldn't even suggest you really go here because in order to complete this quest, you need to take out a really strong enemy, at least at this time, which is called the Gentle Rodriguez. Now this guy is level 40, so you're not going to be completing this quest anytime soon. Just keep it in mind, and when you're strong enough, you can come back to take on the Gentle Rodriguez, or if you're really clever about gem setups, you can even sneak past him without him noticing you. Again, just keep it in mind, and complete it when you're actually ready to. Right outside of the Tephra Cave entrance, you will find a Defense Force soldier at around 1000, and he'll give you the Monster Quest 4 series, parts 1, 2, and 3. For part 1, Willow Bunnivs are found at the very beginning of Tephra Cave at the Tephra Path entrance here. For part 2, you're going to need to take out 2 Singing Brogs, and they are just south of Warehouse 2. Lastly, for part 3, you're going to need to take out 5 Mel Lizards, and they can be also found in Warehouse 2. You can only take on this next quest if you've already completed a quest in Tephra Cave called Missing in Action. Once you've done so, if you head over here to the Ether Cylinder, there's a Defense Force soldier that will give you the quest, the Lost Pendant. And you'll find the Lost Pendant at Villa Lake inside of Tephra Cave. Once you've gotten the Lost Pendant, just go ahead and take it back to the Defense Force soldier, and that will complete the quest. And that is going to do it for every single Colony 9 quest that you can complete at the point of heading out to Colony 6. Hope this was helpful. This was an extremely long video to create. I hope it was helpful for you, and if so, please leave a like or a comment. That really helps out. This one, God, it took about 16 hours to make. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Take care.